gentlemen, Gungans and droids, and the Kiadimudi Coneheads and Rhodians, and oversized slugs across our beloved empire. Welcome to Arnold Haldet News, the only news you'll ever need, because you have no other choice. And today, finally, after months of waiting, we finally have Galactic Legends, Jabba the Hutt, kit reveal, and I'm kind of happy because I was worried there's gonna be like territory battle specific Omicrons, no Omicrons on this character, and it should be that way because Galactic Legends, for the amount of time, effort, money, resources, relics, they should be amazing to some extent in every single game mode in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So Larry, Gary, why don't we bring you guys on over and show you what we got going on here. One thing I want to note, I think we're going to be getting a Gamorrean Guard rework, just like Mob and Force got a profile change, some animation changes. Nothing confirmed as of today, but just based off this is a different profile icon for Gamorrean Guard, and Gamorrean Guard has not been touched yet, in a good way, of course. And I think it's kind of a key staple part when you think of Jabba, you think of Gamorrean Guards, right? So I'm hoping we're going to get that. That is not confirmed as of now. But checking it out, Jabba the Hutt, that's kind of a fun-looking kit. I will say, and I will say this as well, I give them a lot of crap. I think they went backwards in terms of animations for their ultimate ability. You're literally going to see the Rancor over and over and over again. So really cool ultimate animation, possibly the best ultimate animation that's going to be in game here. But it's going to be a dark side bounty hunter smuggler, Hutt Cartel, primarily focusing on Hutt Cartel synergies, but there's going to be some nice scoundrel synergy all across the board here. And we kind of had an indication of what Leia Organa was going to offer to the table for Jabba. It's starting to come to full fruition. I just want to hop straight to the kit reveal, then maybe we'll pick up some stuff and the FAQ stuff here. Basic ability, illicit business, Zeta. Oh, also, freaking Crumb's got his own ability. I mean, we heard this in a podcast that Crumb was going to be a part of the kit and have some sort of animation. There you go. Crumb's Revenge. Absolutely love it. You have to do it for this game here. All right, so illicit business, Zeta. Of course, Zeta's in all these abilities as usual here. Call other weakest Hutt Cartel ally to assist, dealing 10% more damage for each active Hutt Cartel ally. So the way I kind of look at this, it kind of reminds me of C-3PO when they call everyone to assist the most. Bounty Hunter and Smuggler allies gain protection up 10% for 2 turns. And during Jabba's turn, blind on target enemy. That's a lot of stuff going on a basic ability right here. Gains 6% ulti charge, and the weakest Hutt Cartel ally recovers 30% protection. Now, I know we might need to do a little bit of a review of the kits, but remember, Skiff Guard Lando, when he uses this turn meter swap, or, you know, his bonus turn he feeds to someone, he gets that ally to assist. So imagine Jabba doing all of this stuff on the basic because of Skiff Guard Lando. I'll remind you guys in a little bit what that's looking like here. And on top of that, Hutt Cartel allies are going to get 30% protection for 2 turns. This is one thick cookie of a team. Durability, it's going to be pretty gnarly. I think this is going to be great for territory battles, of course. Can I just say this? I know they're saying they had to get everyone from every department, in every discipline in the studio. I just don't know why. I've never seen Jabba from this angle, and seeing his face looks really scary and looks really weird. Also, I got to squeeze in this joke. Jabba's so fat, they had to write a unique ability just for him here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Go down. Here we go. He's so fat, they had to make a unique ability called large character. Anyways, let's keep moving on here. Crime Lord. Cooldown of 4. Zeta. Dispel all debuffs and allies. Fantastic. Mass cleanses are huge. And inflict speed down for 2 turns on all enemies. This could be resisted, possibly. Other bounty hunter allies, Hutt Cartel and Smuggler allies gain hired muscle for 2 turns. Hired muscle, 30% tenacity. This is kind of big. Immune to daze and immune to fear. With hired muscle, you're providing a variety of different benefits based on your character's role. So if you're an attacker, you're going to, once per turn, whenever another ally uses an ability, you're going to assist, dealing 70% less damage. That's probably going to be nice for Leia, for example. Tanks, immune to critical hits. That's calling out Chrysanthemum and maybe Gamorrean Guard. We don't quite know if Gamorrean Guard will get that rework that I'm kind of suspecting here, so that might be big for them. Healers and supports on attack allies recover 10% health and protects, but also you're getting benefits. So when hired muscle expires, goes away, you're going to get some additional benefits on top of that. So you're going to get multiple benefits. So if you're a bounty hunter, defense penetration up, so good for some solid damage. Hopefully Smuggler gaining speed up, getting as many turns up there as possible. You know the name of the game, speed is probably the #1 factor. He who shall take more turns shall win the matches. Usually the moral of these type of games. Hutt Cartel gaining advantage for 2 turns. And keep in mind, like, take a look at Leia here, for example. She's both Bounty Hunter, Hutt Cartel, and no Smuggler, but just keep in mind that just because you're going to see individual attacks, some characters dip into these in a variety of situations. Like take a look at Skiffgar Lando. Again, these characters we know are going to be part of it. We have Smuggler as well as Hutt Cartel, so you're going to be able to double dip in several of these bonuses when the hired muscle expires. So pretty cool. I mean, keep in mind, they have to make this the ultimate support character because this guy just sit around and he doesn't do much. So he's an ultimate version of C-3PO, Wat Tambor, Hermit Yoda. So he's doing a lot. He's got to do a lot because he's just sitting there. So he's kind of conducting the battle, but from a distance. Special 2, Crumb's Revenge. Finally, Salacious B. Crumb coming to Galaxy of Heroes. Zeta, as always. Now we have a mass cleanse that we just saw here, dispel all debuffs that we have here on that 4-turn cooldown. But also on top of this, you have a mass buff dispel. Pretty big deal. Dispel all buffs, deal special damage, and inflict buff immunity on target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. I wish it said can't be resisted as well, because that could be gnarly up against Master Kirby with all those Galactic Republic tanks taunting. Unfortunately, it could be resisted. However, inflict a thermal detonator on all enemies for 2 turns. However, I want to kind of backtrack here. We're going to talk about something in a moment here. But inflict a thermal detonator on all enemies for 2 turns. Inflict an additional thermal detonator on all enemies for 2 turns. For every 20% ultimate charge that Jabba has, whenever a thermal detonator from this ability expires, all bounty hunters, Hutt Cartel, and Smuggler allies gain 2% mastery until the end of the encounter. And this ability can't be resisted. So I'm assuming this part is not resisted. I'm not sure. Usually it's just saying it like this. I mean, maybe it says when this says this ability, it might mean the whole thing. I'm going to kind of temper my expectations, assume only the thermal detonators cannot be resisted. And I would love for this to be unresistible too, because keep in mind, remember this. It's been a minute since we talked about it. Leia is kind of, I think, the biggest momentum for the Hutt Cartel up until Jabba the Hutt, of course. And if you remember, all of the deadly bluffs and thermal detonators combine into some really deadly synergies. Remember, when there's deadly buff and thermal detonators on an enemy, they can't attack on a turn. They're losing extra speed on them. And also, this is gonna be unfortunate, but her leadership ability, which I really liked, when there was deadly buff and thermal detonators, she would dispel buffs passively on them. So hopefully we're gonna see a lot of these thermal detonators, deadly bluff, translate well, and thermal detonators being unresistible is kind of a big deal because that's kind of the core of this Jabba kit, Boast Leia kit. And if you have things like Kenobi and his incredibly high tenacity causing problems, you're not going to see the full potential. So this, I think, could be a little bit better than I'm granting it just based off this liner. When it says disability, I'm assuming it's the whole thing, but we'll wait and see. You know how it is. It's how it's written, how it performs, and what the developers intend. And this is, holy cow. This is, oh gosh. This is longer than like several marquee characters' kids. His high exaltedness. What a leadership ability here. Let's get into it. We got a lot of work to do here. Bounty Hunter, Hutt Cartel, and Smugglers have 30 speed. And remember, as I showed you of Leia, you have the opportunity to reduce the speed of the opposing enemy. So in a way, I'd say pretend this is plus 55 speed, because remember, on her Fearless unique ability, she can reduce speed potentially by 25 speed. So in a way, think of it, you're getting 55 extra speed. You're also getting 30% mastery, 30% max health. And remember, all this bonus protection that we talked about, especially on the basic ability here, bonus protection up is based off your max health. So more max health means more substantial that bonus protection is going to be. Damage Hutt Cartel allies receive is decreased by 30%. Woo. Very durable, lots of control. Damage being reduced, tanks can't be critically hit. It's gonna be quite a durable team here. At the start of the battle, other Hutt Cartel allies gain a stack of my kind of scum for each bounty hunter, Hutt Cartel, and Smuggler ally until the end of the battle, which can't be got, be dispelled, or prevented. Jabba the Hutt is immune to taunt effects and can't be targeted while an ally with my kind of scum is present. We've already seen this in game when you check out, for example, I believe it's Fearless here. So we already have, for example, my kind of scum. The way to kind of envision is, if you know Sith Eternal, while enemies are deceived and there's a Sith ally present, you can't target Sith Eternal. So think of it like that. So as you have my kind of scum going on, they have to go after everyone else. They can't go after Jabba, unfortunately. Jabba the Hutt gains 3% ultimate charge whenever an ally with my kind of scum starts their turn or uses a special ability. If an ally with my kind of scum defeats an enemy, Jabba the Hutt gains 6% ultimate charge. So again, we're kind of seeing the baby ways of how to get the ultimate rolling here. While enemies are inflicted with a thermal detonator, this is pretty crazy here. Their health and protection recovery effects are reduced by 50%. Now, this is gonna hurt Kenobi, for example. Kenobi has a lot of health, protection, recovery. What other Galactics have some health? I guess that the Eternal's got some health, protection, recovery. Ray does a little bit as well. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get health steal, datacrons again. That could definitely be affecting it of some sort. Lord Vader's kind of an interesting one because you can't quite apply damage over times on the team, and thermal detonators are a percent-based health effect. So I'm wondering if this is going to affect Lord Vader at all, because Lord Vader does have an interesting amount of heals. For example, yeah, here's the heal. Not there. Dark Hamburger heals up the team. So we're going to see if there is some weird way that you can get thermal detonators on a Lord Vader team, and that could also affect it. So there's a good amount of healing on these Galactic Legend teams that we have here. 50% reduction, man. I'm kind of optimistic that this is going to counter Kenobi. Kenobi, I love the guy, but he's making all the other Galactic Legends look a little bad. But I'd be surprised if Jabba can do it. Doesn't have they went backwards in terms of requirements, not forward, which is something I'm happy to see. At the start of each encounter, after the first, Bounty Hunter, Hutt Cartel, and Smuggler allies gain critical damage up. Jeez. Damage immunity. Offense up for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Remember, this is you have to work for a contract and you get it literally at the start of each encounter. After the first, Bounty Hunters, this is gonna be great specifically as well for things like territory battles, multiple waves of things to go through. So it's gonna be nice being able to start the battle off on the right foot. Undispellable damage immunity, kind of a big deal. Think of, for example, Jango Fett. When he gets that undispellable damage immunity, it can kind of be a bit of annoyance there. So kind of a big deal there. And also, we're not done yet. We're getting there. When Jabba the Hutt is in the leader slot, the following contract is active. So we predicted this. We kind of expected Jabba to have some like mega ultimate contract type of payout. Well, here it is. Wild buff with my kind of scum. Deal damage with an attack to enemies with thermal detonators. Very, very specific. 20 times. Enemies must be debuffed with thermal detonators before the start of attack to count power. So let's say you got a thermal detonator during a turn and it happened after, it doesn't count. The thermal detonator needs to be there before you start hitting someone. And only Bounty Hunters, Hutt Cartel, and Smuggler allies can contribute towards the contract. So, that kind of encapsulates a lot of the Scoundrel faction. However, there are some that might not meet any of those. Like I believe Han Solo, is he considered a smuggler in game? He is a smuggler in game. So I'm kind of curious. I might have to go through and see which ones do not actually have any of the tags. I'm guessing things maybe, for example, here you go. This is a great example. Newt Gunner, for example. He's a scoundrel, but he's not a smuggler. He's not a Hutt Cartel. He's not a bounty hunter. So it should encapsulate a grand majority of these scoundrels, giving you a lot of plug-and-play viability, which for territory battles, kind of a big deal. This one's kind of interesting. If you're in the raids, contract is fulfilled immediately at the start of the battle. This makes you wonder if there's going to be a new raid coming, because it's going to be great. That Jabba's going to be probably a fantastic option for the challenge raid, even though we've got Galactic Legends that can handle it now. So I'm curious to see if there's a new raid, or maybe they just want to make sure Jabba has domain over a Rancor based raid inside a Galaxy of Heroes. But when you finally hit that contract, all Bounty Hunter allies have their payouts activated, of course, and all Bounty Hunter, Hutt Cartel, and Smuggler allies get 25% defense penetration, 25% offense, 25% potency, and allies of my kind of scum have, this is the big one right here, 55 plus 55% mastery for each stack, and recover 20% protection at the start of their turn. Now I'm assuming this is something that's going to happen every turn. So let's say you took a turn, you're getting 55% mastery, and you're getting recovering 20% protection. You're taking another turn on that same character, you're getting an additional 55% mastery, you're recovering 20% protection. So this is definitely the best payout of probably all time here, which I'm really curious to see how this is going to work out here. You know what? I'm actually also happier because, this is going to be curious. What if Mandalorian fits in here? Because he satisfies the bounty hunter tag here. Ooh, imagine having 2 insta-kills. You got actually, I'm jumping ahead here. I already read the kit. Let's go back up for a second. I'm already kind of getting excited about the scoundrel possibilities here. Scoundrels are one of the more fun facts. It's kind of like a toy box. There's so many combinations you can put together, and there's a lot of different synergies that cross different facts. It's a really fun toolbox to work with, and Jabba's gonna have a lot of toys at their disposal here. The illustrious Zeta. Unique ability number 1. At the start of each encounter, Hutt Cartel allies have their cooldowns preset. And then Bounty Hunter, Hutt Cartel Smuggler allies are revived and recover 60% health and protection. Now, I already kind of read through the FAQ, through the devs. This is not going to revive them. Like, let's say you killed off some members inside a Grand Arena territory, you lost the battle. When you go back in battle, they won't revive again. So you don't got to worry about that. But that's pretty nuts. Already having their cooldowns reset. So this is kind of calling out, kind of like if you have to clean them up. You can't just kind of weed, you know, for example, Sith Eternal. If you're stuck behind a Sith Eternal, what the strategy is, all right, you got to weed out the Link, right? So you send in some trash teams. All right, you got the Link, you start the battle, you know you're good to go. Sith Eternal's got a couple turns before he links up again. Here, you can't cheese it. They're always gonna be ready to go. Kind of like how Malgus. You can't dwindle down his health protection a little bit. He's always gonna be ready to go. Full health protection at the start of the battle. Jabba the Hutt ignores taunt during his turn. Always love a good taunt ignores. That's one thing I hate about Lord Vader. When there's a taunt, you're literally just sitting there the whole time and you can't do anything about it. Good to have a taunt ignore because that way you can have Jabba the Hutt calling people around taunts and whatnot. At the start of his turn, he dispels stealth from all enemies. Whenever a Hutt Cartel ally is stunned, it is dispelled and they gain offense up for 2 turns. Now, this might seem minor. Again, I'm definitely reaching what Galactic Legends he's gonna beat right now. I definitely think there's gonna be a good chance he could beat Kenobi. But stealth is kind of important for Lord Vader teams. Maul starts up in stealth, or unaligned force users of the dark side variety are. So this is probably calling them out specifically here. And then whenever Hutt Cartel stun is dispelled and they gain offense up, so you can't even stun the team, which is huge. That's kind of a big deal. Stuns are a huge annoyance for your team. No longer. You kind of don't want to bring stun-based teams. If Jabba the Hutt is non the allied leader slot, allies can't gain bonus turn meter. This is kind of interesting. If Jabba has non-allied leader slot, allies can't gain bonus turn meter. Well, you're going to want to gain bonus turn meter, right? So this is probably just making sure you don't use them in non-leadership roles, because it's a little embarrassing when you use a Galactic Legend and they're not leading. They probably want them to be leading all the time. And this is kind of also a big problem. Let's say you want to try to run, you know, Bosk or let's say Orasing lead of bounty hunters. You're not going to get terminated. So it's going to be a detriment running Jabba the Hutt outside the lead. If Jabba the Hutt is in the allied leader slot, which he should be, whenever an enemy of less than 100% turn meter gains bonus turn meter, Hutt Cartel, they're going to get 7% turn meter. Whenever a Hutt Cartel ally loses turn meter, they gain bonus protection, 20% stacking until the start of their next turn. So this is okay. So hear me out. Kenobi, you can't go farther than what Kenobi does. Kenobi's the end-all be-all for turn meter in the character-based games. No one gains turn meter, no one loses turn meter, which in a way there's a predicticality with it all. This is, you can't supersede it. What else can you do? Just don't take turns. Your enemy doesn't take turns ever. They can't do that for balance purposes, of course. This is kind of the second best thing where you gain turn meter, I gain turn meter. You're pulling my turn meter, I'm just gonna get more durable as well. So it's kind of an interesting trade-off here. It's curious because you can't just have every single character ignore turn meter. No one gets turn meter, so it's kind of nice seeing that they're making sure they have some creativity for Jabba here. Galactic Legends Zeta. This is pretty standard for every relic that you're having on. You're getting an extra 10% max health protection per relic campfire, and damage they receive is reduced by 30%. And remember, on top of that, you're getting 30% damage just from the lead as well. So it's kind of interesting. So remember, I believe it's not considered 60% damage reduction if you combine them. It's, let's say someone does 10,000 damage, where you're gonna chop off 30%, and then that number you take another 30% and chop it off. So I believe it's a little bit differently. Doing it in your calculator, you'll see that there's a difference between 10,000 and then removing 60% and then doing 10,000, we're taking away 30%, and then taking that number, taking away 30% still. Nonetheless, kind of a big deal here. And then moving on, Jabba's so fat they had to give him a large character unique ability. We saw this in the data mine. You guys are right. This character can't be used in the ally slot, and summons are prevented for allies. Our first large unit inside the game. And then contract, Jabba the Hutt's payout. Whenever Jabba the Hutt receives rewards from a contract, he also gains the following payout. Jabba the Hutt gains 40% mastery, and his ultimate charge gains are doubled for the rest of the battle. And you know, I'm assuming there's gonna be a Jabba the Hutt Datacron, and they've been loving this bonus ultimate charge Datacron. So imagine Jabba the Hutt getting double or a 6% bonus ultimate charge on a Datacron, and he's getting this double shenanigans. So I'm curious to see how far it's gonna take, how long it's gonna take to get to this ultimate. And of course, the ultimate ability, the thing that makes the Galactic Legend a Galactic Legend. There will be no bargain. Unlock at Relic 1. Is this new? Are they trying to gate low? I mean, to be fair, I guess if you're doing the ultimate unlocks, you probably have the character at some sort of relic level. But this looks new. It's looking like they're kind of putting a relic gate on. So if you have, let's say, a Gear 12 Jabba, it won't work. And it's gonna require 12 ultimate materials. And I think the reason why they do that, so you can't use your hoarded up materials. If you have hoarded ultimate mats to just instantly do it, you have to play the event to some extent. I'm thinking that's what they're trying to shoot for here. But here we go. Ultimate charge. Jabba the Hutt gains 3% ultimate charge whenever an ally of my kind of scum starts their turn or uses this special ability. If an ally of my kind of scum defeats an enemy, Jabba uses basic ability during his turn, and then he gains 6% ultimate charge. So we already kind of saw that throughout the kit. That's how you get the ultimate. The rest is what it does. Jabba the Hutt instantly defeats target enemy, and then enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. This isn't no cheeky little Commander Tana insta-kill where you can just cheese your way back. This one's permanent. Ain't no coming back from this one right here. Bounty Hunter, Hutt Cartel, and Smoker allies recover 100% health and protection. Pretty big. Hutt Cartel allies gain 50%. Terminator, remember, I believe this is repeatable as well. There will be no bargain on Galactic Legends. You get to dispel buffs, inflict armor shred until the end of the battle, deal true damage to target enemy, and stun other enemies for 1 turn. I'm assuming that means all other enemies, which can't be resisted. Oof. And in the raid, you're going to deal true damage to target enemy equal to 30% of Jabba's max health 5 times. Whoa! And you're going to stun all of enemies for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. I'm assuming this guy's got a pretty hefty health pool, especially with this lead amplifying health even more. Yeah, this could be pretty big. I mean, I don't think it takes much speculation to assume this is probably going to be the best challenge Rancor raid team here. And this ability can't be countered or evaded, and this should be able to be used multiple times. So when you use it, you can use it again, slowly insta-killing the whole entire team. So it's kind of nice for like Synthatiger, but unlike Synthatiger, you don't have to have 2 people linked up to even use the insta-kill. So it's nice to use it. And remember, I kind of like tease, we have other insta-kill abilities inside the game. For example, Mandalorian would be kind of interesting to see if maybe there's gonna be like a double disintegration. You got Mando disintegrating, then he's got multiple disintegrations. Jabba the Hutt is gonna have insta-kills as well. It's looking like a really fun kit. How great is it gonna be? Well, you guys know the drill. We're gonna unlock it. We're gonna test it. Day 1, we should have the character unlock. We should have the ultimate unlock. We do not have information in regards to when this Galactic Legend is happening. Usually the same week of the kit reveals when we get the Galactic Legend event. So my prediction is we might get it this week. So stay tuned. We're gonna learn all that stuff. Otherwise, we kind of encapsulated here. So for example, does the revives from the illustrious work in GAC and TW for attacks against the defending Jabba squad after the first? So no, units defeated in previous attacks are unable to be revived in subsequent attacks against that squad. Just in case you're worried that if you failed against the Jabba, everyone would come back. That's not gonna be the case. Looks like a really fun kit. I'm happy to see it's not like territory battle, raid, Omicron specific. We'll have to wait and see how good it is. If it can beat Master Kenobi, that's gonna be a big deal. I'm curious to see if they're gonna maybe let Lord Vader have an edge over Jabba and let Kenobi take a hit from Jabba the Hutt, maybe giving Lord Vader a little bit more positivity for his kit. Otherwise, I'm liking it. It looks like a lot of fun. It's one of those things where it's gonna be really hard to truly understand how this kit operates because there's gonna be so many different combinations running. And since this is our first support-based mega Galactic Legend that we have in game, it seems like it might not be doing a lot, but that's the point of an ultimate support. They just sit back and they're kind of conducting the battle passively through the course of the battle, but they're still attacking just via other people. And I'm hoping we can do something fun here. Contract triggered, Mando insta-kill, Jabba's gonna be insta-killing. There's gonna be a lot of fun combos, and I think this is gonna be a very important Galactic Legend for territory battles as well. And I'm just still kind of still pretty surprised that the requirements they weren't all that bad, all things considering. Definitely a step back from things like Kenobi as well as Lord Vader here. So guys, looking forward to it. Hopefully we get the character later on this week in the hands of the Kyber Club. But until then, let me know your thoughts down below. Leave that like, comment down below. Watch out for that Crumb fella. He's on the loose and he's got a thermal detonator. That's no good for anybody. Love seeing you guys, and always remember until we meet again that it's great to be in the Empire today.